Okay everyone, so I'm going to be giving you a rundown of the Asus G1 that is going to be listed on eBay. This is a cool looking model. It has a metallic design, as you can see. The palm rest is in good shape. I have some extra light here so you guys can see. Palm rest is in good shape. All the drivers have been installed, including the utility drivers. Here you have basically you can control the Windows Media Player. If you hit the power button here, it'll kick on the Windows Media Player just like so. So that's a cool little feature of this laptop. It also has a 1.3 megapixel camera, as you can see there, and again the drivers are installed for that. So this is the screen. I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. And I believe this monitor is about 15 inches, maybe 15 and a half. And let's go through the specs here. Specky. Okay, so it's Windows 7 Home Premium, 64-bit, Intel Core 2 at 2 gigahertz of processor, and you can see the temperature right there. It's at 50 degrees Celsius, which is perfectly fine when idling. You have the Asus Tech motherboard, the graphics. It's a 512 megabyte GeForce Go 7700, and it's a 320 gigabyte hard drive. And then obviously you have the optical drive that supports DVDs, just like the majority of disk drives today. Now I'm going to show you some things. For example, the lights. You have lights everywhere. You have yellow, red, green for different indicators. This lights up too as well, so that's pretty cool. You have the green on the buttons. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't actually light up, but just for effects, they added green in, especially for the function keys. And I'll take a look at the side here. So yes, you have the side. You have an S video or TV out. You have the sound setup for that as well. You have a E1354 port right there. You have your standard modem as well as Ethernet ports, and PCI Express, as well as an SD card slot, as you can see there. You have like a cool green design here. And let me flip over to the other side here. On the other side, you simply have the DVD drive. Another cool design is, you can't really see it too well here, but there's an Asus logo here that lights up. And while you're gaming, I believe it does get darker. And then obviously you have indicators here that you can't really see too well, but it's the indicators for, you know, caps lock, the hard drive, when the hard drive's processing information, that'll be flashing. So we'll take a look at the back of this beast. And here is the back. It is in good shape. There's some minor scratches from your typical wear and tear of use. And the vent on the back here, it's slightly broken. The heat sink is perfectly fine, but the vent here, it broke a little bit, as you can see there. Not a big deal. And then you have your 4 USB ports on the back side, and then you also have your VGA and DVI out in the event that you want to use that. So now let me talk about some of the issues. This is partially refurbished. This had a graphics chip that needed to be reflowed. So I reflowed it, I tested it, I bench tested it over an hour. The system was on full load and it worked perfectly fine. And now this system's also been running for probably 48 hours as I've been putting all the updates. So when you get this computer, it has Windows 7 and it also has all the updates. On top of that, I installed Google Chrome because I don't like Internet Explorer. And as you can see here, the Wi-Fi works perfectly fine. We got Google coming up right now, Google Chrome, which is awesome. So that popped up, so I'll just type in like Apple, and you have a search comes up, and then you have Apple there, and I click on that. Click on that, and bam, Apple. So as you can see, works without any problems. This was a fresh install of Windows 7, like I said, and it has all the updates. So you get this, you can start gaming right away. Now, as I was saying with the graphics chip, it needed to be reflowed, so I reflowed it. I tested it over an hour. It's been running over 48 hours without any issues. I also cleaned out the heatsink, applied new thermal paste, and I used a copper shim, which helps with the transfer because some of the older models, they used aluminum with this piss poor GPU thermal paste. So I removed that. I used a copper shim instead, and the combination of a good thermal paste as well. So it increases the amount of thermal dissipation. And let's see what else. Alright, well, I'll show you that it plays games no problem. Like, I have Dead Space and Prototype on here to get you started. So I'll just run through Dead Space here real quick. Dead Space. This was a huge fan classic when I was playing. Haven't unfortunately been able to play Dead Space 2 just yet, been pretty busy. And now they have Dead Space 3. And dun dun dun. The sound is pretty good too. You have two front speakers. I don't believe this model has a built-in subwoofer, but the sound nonetheless is pretty good. It's probably not going to sound the best on my phone, but I'm just gonna play the intro here briefly so you guys can see that it's running without any issues. The graphics are good. Let me see. While this is loading up, I might as well mention the left mouse button. This one here does not work. You can press that, it does not work. The mouse pad works, you can click on it and use that as your primary click, and the right mouse button here works, no problem. But the left mouse button, it does not work. If you're able to, you can find a palm rest on eBay and replace that if you'd like, but honestly, most of the time if you're gaming with this machine, you're going to be using a mouse, an external mouse anyway, so I didn't bother replacing it so I can keep my costs down for you. And here it is, the introduction.
I wish I could talk to you.
I wish I could talk to you too.
I'm sorry about everything.
Yep. I'm sure you are. This will come with the power supply. The power supply looks like it was dropped, but it works perfectly fine. I just put some tape around it, and it works as a power supply. There we go.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her.
See, you can see the graphics are pretty good. I'm moving around, I'm looking around. Everything looks good. The computer's not failing. Ooh, beautiful scenery. I like this part.
All this
This
trouble
is
under
really
that
nice.
chunk of rock.
But yeah, so I'm looking around right now, and it's fine. Everything looks good. So that will be coming with the game. Prototype will be as well. I'm not going to show you prototype. I just wanted to show you Dead Space so you can see, hey, yeah, it's working. Oh, another bonus to this system is Microsoft Office. So in the event that you're going to be doing word processing or PowerPoint presentations, or I don't know, you're doing financial models with an Excel spreadsheet, you have that. And it is fully activated. Oh, it's a legitimate copy. And alright, this also has Bluetooth as well, which is great. You know, I do a lot of syncing with my phone, so it gives you that option. Or in the event that you want to use a PlayStation 3 controller on your games, you can do that as well. So let me just give you a rundown here. It has it had a GPU that was reflowed. Okay, now because of the nature of a reflow, they can last from a day to years. Now I've run this over 48 hours and it has not failed. I put an hour of full load on it, on the hard drive, the RAM, the CPU, the graphics card, or the graphics chip rather, everything, and it has not failed. But again, there's no guarantees on how long it's going to last, and that's why I'm going to be pricing it low. It could last forever. Or not so much. And then the other thing is the mouse button here, and the battery does not really hold a charge. Right now it's at 100%, but if I take it off in 15 minutes, it'll be around like 10%. So those are the things to note. But as you can see, everything else fully functional. Trying to think if there's anything else. No, I believe that's it. Yeah, so you have 512 megabytes of video RAM, which is excellent. You have 2 gigahertz dual core processor, and yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I would be happy to answer your questions. Again, if you have any questions, just feel free. And you have a great day.